Oh my gosh, is this a deleted scene from the Soho Karen Today Show interview?
I consider myself to be an angel, a sweetie pie, a cutie, and a darling.
Queen of hats. Next time someone asks me to describe myself, I'm gonna say an angel, a sweetie pie, a cutie, and a darling. The king of the Qs, also known as Buffalo Sauce Minnesota Viking, is viral again, but this time it's because of his demands in jail. Antifa is flipping out because a juicy tell-all book just came out about them. The reason why the left is attacking Lana Del Ray for a lack of diversity on her new album cover, and Kevin Hart is taking over Netflix. I'm Alex Clark, and this is POPlitics. Do you recognize me?
Hey, an Australian rainbow fish.
The best update that we've gotten since the attack on the Capitol is about Viking Buffalo Bill. His mom says he isn't eaten in jail because they refuse to serve him organic food.
This is local?
Yes, absolutely.
I'm gonna ask you just one more time, and it's local.
It is.
Is that USDA organic or Oregon organic or Portland organic?
It's just all across the board, organic.
So the hazelnuts, these are local?
How big is the area where the chickens are able to roam free?
I'm sorry to interrupt. I had exactly the same question.
4 acres. Give me just a second. I'll be right back, okay?
Okay.
Is this what it was like growing up in his family?
They have hot dogs.
What's cola?
Poison water.
Can I have the grilled cheese?
No.
What's a milkshake? Dad, can I have a hamburger and fries? Can I have pancakes?
Okay, everyone up. We're out of here.
What? No, why?
Because there's no actual food on this menu.
Everybody wants a civil war until they realize they won't get to check if the food is gluten-free or non-GMO in jail.
Is this organic?
Can our Portland CUTEservatives blink twice if you need help? Woo, woo. I'm not sure if there is another city that is more problematic. It's hard to say. I'd almost rather live in LA than Portland. I mean, the city is being dog-walked by Antifa right now. I'll take some naked homeless people yelling at each other over Antifa, threatening to bash my teeth in while I'm getting a manicure any day.
Don't wanna be an American idiot. Don't want a nation under the new media.
Antifa's latest project in Portland has been keeping the famous Pal's bookstore in line. Andy No, a journalist who was brutally attacked by Antifa himself, has made it his mission now to expose the domestic terrorist group by studying them closer than anyone else. And he just wrote a book called Unmasked, inside Antifa's plan to destroy democracy. And Pal's bookstore thought, well, maybe we'll appease the radical fascists by only selling the book online instead of in store, but that wasn't acceptable to them. They don't want the information Andy No has written getting out, period. So they're protesting outside of Pal's now.
Stop selling Andy No's book.
You're on the
How can you have the
Stop
orange
selling
section?
Andy No's book!
How can you
Stop
have the
selling Andy No's book!
I don't care.
Stop selling Andy No's book! Stop selling Andy No's book! Stop selling Andy No's book!
Antifa claims their name means anti-fascist, but fascism is an ideology where you can't say or do all the things you think are right and where you're constantly being watched. Under fascism, having ideas contrary to the dictator and ruling political party is a crime, and the army and police, usually led by one person or group, control everything. These thugs think their name is a cover for who they really are, but it isn't, and they're not fooling us.
I am more dictator than team player.
Usually when there's a story like this one about a mob going after a business, if I go read the comments under the story, there are a lot of people sticking up for the business. Not this time, not in Portland. Almost everyone there has subscribed to this far-left groupthink mentality and agree that pals shouldn't sell any books that they don't like online or off.
Look at me. Sure. Look at me. Sure. I'm the captain now.
I hope y'all Portland peeps are doing CUTEservative meetups. If there isn't a Portland CUTEservative subgroup on Facebook, you should make one. Y'all need each other and a road trip.
We need to work together to get the hell out of here.
Nicole Kidman and Javier Braden have been tapped to possibly play Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz in a new I Love Lucy biopic.
25 years.
Sounds longer when you say it.
It's going to be called Being the Ricardos and has no release date yet, since most productions are still on hold in Hollywood because of Miss Corona. I think Nicole would be precious as Lucy. They also talked about bringing on Kate Blanchett. What do you think about the casting? Are you happy with it?
After the baby's born, I'll just be forgotten. Oh, that's not true. It is so true. I'll be just like a salmon. I'll swim upstream, spawn, and never be hurt.
Lana Del Ray is having to defend herself after she dropped the artwork for her new album, Chemtrails Over the Country Club. She's being accused of not including enough diversity.
And you can sum up my viewpoint on this with one word. Indifference.
She said, "These are my friends, this is my life. We are all a beautiful mix of everything, some more than others, which is visible and celebrated in everything I do." She wrote, "In 11 years working, I have always been extremely inclusive without even trying to. My best friends are rappers, my boyfriends have been rappers, my dearest friends have been from all over the place." And she even explained how one of her friends on the cover is from Del Rio, Mexico.
A red dress on tonight, dancing in the dark in the pale moon.
You know why the left does this? In their shallow, warped mind, they're constantly attempting to explain and rationalize the disparity in outcomes for certain groups in society. They screech and force diversification in media, movies, TV, music, etc. because they have this idea that if they can force everyone from those groups into entertainment and pop culture, somehow they'll be magically elevated and miraculously have equal outcomes in life. Of course, that doesn't work. Yet rather than admit defeat, they decide they have no other option except to double down since, in their minds, they can't possibly be wrong. They must just not be doing it hard enough. They're so stubborn they'll never admit that their idea might be flawed even after failing multiple times. The hard truth is that these groups actually can perform with equal outcomes, but not by using the methods the left wants to pursue.
This is what my class will be. This, learn with me. Let's teach each other. Yay, learning!
Conservatives don't have an affirmative action quota-filling policy when it comes to friend making because your skin color tells me absolutely nothing about who you are as a person. Your heart does.
If anyone wants to clap, now is the time to do it.
Kevin Hart is about to really heart Netflix and is close to signing an Adam Sandler-type massive deal that will allow him to make 4 movies and get a first look deal with a streaming monster.
Say it with your chest!
I'm a huge fan of Kevin Hart. I know some people aren't big fans, but I think he is hysterical as a comedian and an actor. You know what movie I've always liked? Think Like a Man.
Hey, Mike, how old is your mom? What? I'm not saying it like that. I am. It's like that. Miss Loretta, I'm ready for the rest of the tour.
Bum, 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 bum. I guess something big happened in sports or something the other day. Like this guy named Nick Saban won the national championship in football. I think it's like his 7th national title. Like a record or something of any college head coach. Yay, sports!
Sports.
By the sheer grace of God, the CUTEservatives Facebook group is still keeping its head above water. So, while you can, join the fastest growing community for young conservative women and a few dude-servatives right now. Make sure you are following POPlitics here on Instagram and then answer the 3 security questions on Facebook. If you don't, watch on Instagram, that's okay. If you're like a podcast listener on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, or you watch the show on YouTube, just say that in the questions. Before you exit out of here, heart this episode, let me know in the comments what you think about Buffalo Bill's dietary restrictions, and if you'll be reading Andy No's Antifa book, share this episode with 3 friends and just say, "Holy Buffalo Bill." We're back tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. It's pop culture without the propaganda every single day. I'm Alex Clark, and this is POPlitics. Click below to watch yesterday's episode. Please subscribe, thumbs up, share this video, and ring the bell for notifications so you never miss the conservatee. And make sure you're following this show at POPlitics on Instagram for even more CUTEservative content.